How safe is your down payment? Hello, I'm Bill Reinhardt, real estate attorney. One of the main points brought up by purchasers when they come into my office to sign their real estate contract is just how safe their down payment is in the event the transaction does not go to closing. The answer to that question depends on the reason for the transaction not going to closing. First of all, it should be understood that the money that you give at the time of contract signing goes to the seller's attorney, who must hold that money in an escrow account pending the closing. At that point, and only at that point, should it be turned over to the seller. If the reason the transaction does not go to closing is due to an issue where the seller can't deliver to you what they promised, such as unmarketable title, or there's a problem with the certificate of occupancy, or some other issue that you didn't anticipate that came up during the title search, then in that case, your down payment obviously is refundable under the contract, together with the cost of title examination. If the reason the transaction can't go to closing is due to you not getting financing, then provided there's a financing contingency in the contract, your down payment is refundable, and basically you move on, the seller moves on to get another purchaser. If the reason the transaction does not go to closing is due to a change of heart on your part as a purchaser, then the contract deposit is subject to being forfeited. Under the contract, such a case would happen based on an arbitrary or a change of heart on the purchaser's part. So in that case, if it does happen where a purchaser decides not to purchase due to a family change or marital dispute, then the purchaser's attorney will make an attempt with the seller's attorney to try to work out a settlement, in which case everyone can move on with their lives. If that's not something the seller's attorney and the seller is willing to do, then unfortunately you stand to lose that deposit. So various results based on various circumstances. The most important thing to protect your deposit is to make sure that you move forward, if you're financing, with a diligent, good faith application for that financing. I can't tell you enough how many times the mortgage is denied, and then it turns out that the seller will look into the reason for the denial, whether or not the purchaser was diligent in their effort to get the financing, whether or not they were truthful on their application. Things like that can stand to put your deposit at risk. So it's important to move forward in good faith with the guidance of the proper attorney and the proper mortgage representative and the proper realtor. I hope this was helpful, and remember, the most important investment in most people's lives is their purchase of a home, and it's important to have an experienced and knowledgeable attorney on your side for that transaction.